down here looking for a story. I thought maybe you were a mermaid.
I'm from Connecticut.
Stay away from Chief Sanderson's fiancée.
Somebody's in the nude.
Shake it like two maracas.
She's a sweet little beauty. I was looking at his boat.
We've all been down on hers.
This place is a sea of money, Paul. And there's people like me who know how to get it out. Isn't that kind of thing illegal?
It's an inappropriate comment.
We've nailed this bastard to his own front door. I got a story for you. I'm going after him.
Are you out of your mind?
I'll bet you scream before I do.
No such thing as 470 proof alcohol.
What we do is private.
Front seat's gone.
I've got a brilliant idea.
Try and look normal.
The Rum Diary, rated R. In theaters October 28th.
S Thompson walked away down the road with Hemingway. S Thompson walked away singing songs for the tune.
Hunter Stockton Thompson.
The thing that astounded me when I first saw Aspen was that we had so much room here. It was an individual utopia. By the end of the 60s, Aspen had become a corporate utopia. As the new money poured in, they didn't want dirty hippies moving into Aspen and frightening away the big spenders.
See, hippies are bad for business.
We promise to clean this town up. We've got enough ordinances in town to throw them all out.
The bastards had gone too far, and we decided to do something about it.
If there really are 844 freaks hanging around Aspen, we might as well put them to use. No one's ever needed more than 700 to win an election around here.
This town needs an enema. I'm Hunter S Thompson, and I'm running for sheriff. We are going to start a third party.
Oh, God, Hunter.
We're going to stop the ski pimps in their tracks.
Saddle up, freaks!
The sheriff's office could be used to help slow development, stop pollution. My aim is to encourage citizen participation in government. The only power we have is the vote.
They're trying to bring voters into Aspen to create some kind of a communist experiment. That's what they're doing.
Take them down. Got it?
So you would use mescaline while you're on duty?
Maybe on the slow nights. I think Aspen's ready for a whole new style of government.
We have about 1,000 votes that would, if I walked on the streets naked, bomb in each hand, drugs dripping, they would still vote for me.
Young Wood, take this tranquilizer gun, load it, get it ready.
Riding with the angels in San Badu. Sonny Bonch talking that shit to you. Where was the end of the interview? Time for a beating. Fear and loathing in the great freak show when the going gets weird.
Hidden, deep within the snow-shrouded Rockies, a fearsome creature is now awake and hungry.
Rocco, he's mine!
Get a grip, Thompson.
He is gathering his awesome powers for one final assault upon an unsuspecting world. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Dr. Hunter S. Thompson, the legendary outlaw journalist.
Give me the answers!
If you dare.
Yeah, okay. Great answers, huh? What? What do you want to know? Where am I? You're at your hotel, man.
They broke the mold before he was born. Bill Murray is the outrageous, the infamous, the totally glorious Dr. Hunter S. Thompson.
You know, I hate to advocate drugs or liquor, violence,
insanity to anyone. But in my case, it's worked.
Be proud, man. You're becoming a famous writer. The famous Dr. Gonzo.
Here is where the buffalo roam.
Pablo, took you so long. Jeez, it's been a nightmare here.
As your attorney, I advise you to leave this room at once.
You find him. He owes me a cover story and I want to get it.
Homeboy to T1. Homeboy to T1.
Dig it. Ghost Riders, Atticus Prophets. Fire, blood, revolution. Ah!
Was he a gun collector?
You gotta write a story. I need your help. They gotta struggle. You should be part of it. Come on!
You left on Tuesday. Today's Saturday.
That's weird. The same mix-up happened to me this morning. I thought it was Tuesday. Saturday. Everybody else is here.
Abigail, Buckja, head!
Deeper, deeper, deeper!
You better get down the hallway over there and throw a muzzle over that fruitcake.
Scramble! Ah!
Exit. No, you never liked this. It's incredible.
If you have a taste for total destruction, behold the invincible Gonzo warrior.
Thompson! Thompson!
This is a travesty of justice!
As he takes on truth.
Forecast is for bad craziness.
Justice.
You're off this campaign for good right now. Give me your credentials.
Give them to me, Thompson, right now.
And the American way.
Write about it! Tell the world! Tell them the truth!
In the land where the buffalo roam.
You psychotic? You've done it to me again.
Look, it's for your own good. You don't belong here.
Las Vegas at once. Made contact with a Portuguese photographer named Lacerda.
As your attorney, I advise you to rent a very fast car with no top.
Hmm?
And you'll need the cocaine.
What kind of story is this? It's the Min 400. It's the richest off-road race for motorcycles and dune buggies in the history of organized sport. The race was definitely underway. I had witnessed the start. I was sure of that much.
Ready for that? Checking into a Vegas hotel under a phony name with intent to commit capital fraud and a head full of acid? I sure hope so.
Strange memories on this nervous night in Las Vegas. Has it been 5 years? 6? It seems like a lifetime. The kind of peak that never comes again.
Lucy paints portraits of Barbara Streisand.
God bless.
We were riding the crest of a high and beautiful wave.
I want you to throw that fucking radio into the tub with me.
The wave finally broke and rolled back.
To be stuck inside a mobile with a built a revolution house with Nixon's bones, fighting politics like a rolling stone. Zone. Meet my attorney. The great shark hunt is too soon. The mountain wind sings a soulful tune. Papa Hemingway and
Fuck you.
Hey, Hunter, they're holding the van till you get in.
Okay. fucked up.
Here you go. Hunter S. Thompson.
I was very depressed after 72. This may be the year when we finally come face to face with ourselves. Finally just lay back and say it. That we are really just a nation of 220 million used car salesmen. That's up to about 280 million now. With all the money we need to buy guns, and no qualms at all about killing anybody else in the world who tries to make us uncomfortable. More things change, more things stay the same. And I get along by, I survived by writing, making literature out of what might otherwise be seen as craziness.
Oh, Hunter, let her go, you bastard! Fuckhead! Oh, shit.
Nice. Nicely done.
Whiskey, to your health.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
I was hoping it would come around faster, Again, there's constant reference to my work as being no better than cartoons.
No.
It's really getting me angry. I tell you, there's one, and we got into two. Now you got three, you're out of here. Write your own story. You're a smart girl. Go ahead and do it. Just don't fuck with mine and make it a new cartoon. I'm not worried about any judgments. My karma's pretty good. A lot better than most people. I think I'll come back in a higher form. I've been doing it for a while. You better give me the drugs now because you'll be arrested on the way out. They have a life of their own.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Say hi to Jimmy. Hunter S. Thompson walked away down the road with Hemingway. Hunter S. Thompson.
It was always at night, like a werewolf, that I would take the thing out for an honest run down the coast. The edge. There is no honest way to explain it, because the only people who really know where it is are the ones who have gone over.
He was a reporter with a wild imagination. He was not afraid to express himself in sometimes shocking ways.
I'm not at all embarrassed at the use of the word freak.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. It starts off like a rocket. That was mad genius.
Ralph, when he first met Hunter, he'd never done any drugs. He loses it.
Hunter always had to have a running crisis.
Come over, I'm gonna kill somebody!
Hunter saw guns as one of the great things in life. He liked the noise and the violence and the destruction.
I think he was important in a literary way and also in a political way.
Hunter was in Chicago, right in the midst of the gas and the beatings.
I came with the idea that he should move to Washington and become a full-time correspondent.
When he showed up at the campaign, no one knew who he was until he started publishing. Then all hell broke loose.
Some people will say that words like scum and rotten are wrong for objective journalism, which is true, but they miss the point.
He described me as a half-crazy Davy Crockett running around the parapets of Nixon's Alamo.
I desperately wanted to put an end to that senseless war. I'm sick and tired of old men dreaming up wars for young men to die in. Hunter's pieces were a hybrid of very accurate reportage and sometimes flat-out fantasy.
And ended up on the wire as a straight story.
You finally said, well, you made it all up.
I couldn't believe that people really believed that Muskie was eating Ibogaine. I never said he was. I said there was a rumor in Milwaukee that he was, which was true, and I started the rumor in Milwaukee.
I think he captured certain truths about human perversity. I don't think that anybody can be surprised that we find ourselves in the nightmare we're in today because it's the same as the nightmare he described back then.
He could wield a pretty effective sword against what's going on right now. He had this purity of vision.
Will the real Hunter Thompson please stand up?
He was a mad, crazy poet.
The stories and he were almost one and the same.
Gonzo journalist Hunter S. Thompson inspired 4 decades of Hollywood.
I don't know if there's anybody who was a bigger influence on the way artists and thinkers and journalists saw the world.
Now, his celebrity friends bring into focus Thompson's remarkable life in a Starz Originals documentary. Buy the ticket, take the ride. Hunter S. Thompson on film. Tuesday, December 12th at 10 on Starz.
S Thompson walked away, singing songs for the two.
I think it's time for somebody to run on some kind of realistic program, rather than to get into this hypocritical gibberish that characterizes politics in this country. I don't think we have a situation here where we can afford to ignore the national realities any longer. The concept of democracy has to rest on somebody doing what has to be done.
Hunter Thompson comes along just at the right time.
I think it's time to not always have to have politics be a lie.
We're trying to make the vote work. Trying to bring people back into the government.
Hunter, call it freak power.
I'm not at all embarrassed at the use of the word freak.
These freaks will be thrown in jail.
To deviate from the style of government that I deplore in America today is not only wise but necessary.
And so Aspen became the epicenter of a kind of revolution.
It's a dangerous situation when the enforcement arm is totally out of communication with reality. It's time that we either bridge that chasm with some kind of realistic law enforcement, or else we're going to revolution. My idea of running for sheriff is to try to activate a whole new style of politics.
Freak power was the collective energy of a mass of people trying to take control of our political environment.
They're opportunists.
I don't feel like we're the outlaws.
They're exploiters.
I feel like we're the heroes.
They're exhibitionists.
It shouldn't have come to this, where some freak from Woody Creek has to be the only alternative to these Cretans.
He was, in his own way, a revolutionary.
This was Hunter's job, to get the freak flag to fly for politics.
That's what scared the hell out of the people that lived here.
We had threats, intimidation, harassment.
This guy told me that my house was going to be dynamited if I didn't get out of the race.
But by marshaling the votes of young people, many of whom had been alienated by politics, to bring them into the political system so that they could have a voice to try to change the future in a positive way.
It seems to me that the only way to cope with the power is not to ignore it, but to get it.